Better this production. And today we're gonna talk about how my second pro boxing fight went. So right now it is April 3rd, Thursday, and I fought this Saturday, March 29th, and my second pro boxing fight. My debut was in February 9th, so not that long ago. And I made a video about that. You can check out my YouTube channel. So I win my fight, I win my debut, and then I take a little break, I have fun, I'm out with friends. And I have no intention of doing another boxing fight because I'm not a boxer. That fight just came in. It was an opportunity I had, and I took it, and I won, fortunately. But I didn't really have no intention in pursuing boxing. I'm not a boxer. I've been in MMA my whole entire life, and that's what I plan on doing. I'm partying because I'm still having a good time. I'm not really in training like that much. I go spar Monday, Wednesdays sometimes, but I haven't done no grappling, no, actually, I haven't really been running. A couple days after my pro boxing debut, I I get a text from one of the matchmakers for the companies I fight for in MMA. He said, "Be ready May 31st," and I said, "Yeah, I could keep that date open." So in my head, I'm already kind of, expecting to start camp, or at least slowly ease my way into camp, and then start actually going hard once around the beginning of April. So in other words, I'm not really training during March. So all this to say, because on Wednesday, March 19th, I get a call from my gym, and they say that a lady from Top Rank has called and wants your information. So I say, give them to my boxing coach. His name is Freddie, and then they'll handle it. So I don't even know. I know Top Rank is, and it's like basically is like a really high, it's like the highest level of boxing promotion you could get, next to the Saudi Arabians. And I get a text afterwards that they want me to fight short notice the week after that Saturday. So that's March 15th. They want me to fight March 29th on Saturday for $5,000, and I said, "Oh yeah, take it." And then they say that you're gonna fight the first fight on ESPN Plus, and my mind is blown because first, not only am I fighting for Top Rank, I'm fighting on television on ESPN, something I never thought I'd ever do. Well, at least in boxing, and not only that, in my second fight ever for boxing. So I'm already fighting in my second fight. I'm already fighting in the best promotion you could possibly get. Right? These are people's dreams that I'm doing right now, and it just falling into my lap. But mind you, Top Rank has the best of the best fighters. So I'm fighting someone really good who's already been in training camp for a while, and it's his debut, but he has a wealth of knowledge in amateurs, and he fought in the Junior Olympics and made it to semi-finals and lost to the Olympic champion. Before this, I didn't really do no research. I don't like to do research. I don't like to overthink. But my coach told me all this. Thank him. Thank you for that, Freddie, for letting me know all those merits that he has, and I don't. And usually, stuff like this doesn't freak me out either, even if I do know, because at the end of the day, it's just a fight, and I've been fighting my whole life. So right, it's not like he has 4 punches, right? 5 punches in boxing, so it's just how you put it together. So I get that text, and I say, yeah, let's do it. And then the fight camp starts, and I have a little under 2 weeks, a little under 14 days. I had 10 days. I had exactly 10 days to train for this fight. Mind you, I'm off the couch. I'm 135, and they asked me if I could reach 118. That's what this kid is fighting at. And then I said, yeah, I could make it. But then I started thinking 118, and my fight previous to that was 122, which was already the lowest I've ever gone. I usually fight at 125 in MMA. So 122, when I made that weight cut in February, I was already kind of like dying, and it really sucked. So I'm thinking, can I really make 118? I'm like, you know what? See if they can make 122. But then my coach texts me back saying that they could make 120. They could do 120, and that's the highest they'll go. So I'm like, all right, give it to me, $5,000. Let's do it. I think I can make the weight. Mind you, they're asking me what weight I am now, and they're hassling me about it every day beforehand, before the fight week. They were hassling me on Thursday, Friday, Saturday what weight I am, and I kept telling them I'm like 131. Reality, I was 136. So that's like a 16-pound weight cut, right? And I've never done that big a weight cut, but I do it, right? We'll get it done. Don't even worry about it. If I have to die, I have to die. It is what it is. So, but I just don't like them nagging me. And they're asking for extra medicals since I'm fighting in Vegas. I've never fought in Vegas. They're asking me for extra medicals I don't have because I have all my medicals in California, but I need some extra ones for Cali, for Vegas. And then they just sent me to like this uh a place for MRIs, and they needed an MRA, which I already had an MRI, but they needed an MRA, and I get that done, and I get some blood work done the Monday of, and I started telling my coaches they want to corner me, and some coaches can't. So and then one of my friends, he's been wanting to corner me for a while, so his name is Big Mike, and I just had cornered him the week before that Saturday in his Muay Thai fight when he fought a veteran in the game, lots of hundreds of fights, and he knocked him out. So when I got this call, he inspired me. He inspired me to take this fight and do what he did and be a legend in the game. Right? I'm not fighting a legend, but I'm fighting an up and comer, real good, real talented, and I started getting a lot of confidence in that. That if someone like like my friend could do it, who trains with me, I could do it too. We could take that chance. We get this opportunity. We got to gamble. It's Vegas. I'm gonna gamble myself all day. I gamble myself every fight, anyways. Might as well gamble myself now in the city of sin. So, so I have him as a corner. I have my friend Freddie as a corner, and then my coach, my MMA coach, couldn't come, and then we were only allowed to have an extra corner. So my other coach couldn't come either. So that is something that I wish we could if I were to do it again, I want at least one of them to come as well because it makes me feel comfortable in the back, right? Because it just feels like another fight. If I have people I just don't really know, like I love Big Mike and Freddie's a new addition to my team, but I'm not that comfortable with them as I am my other two coaches that I've been with since I was 17, 16, right? No fault to their own. It's just what it is. So, but I'm not freaking out nothing. I'm just worried about the weight cut at this point. So on Thursday I spar. On Friday I spar. On Saturday, I train a little bit. On Sunday, I didn't train at all. So Monday is fight week, and I train again. I do my blood work. On Tuesday, I train as well, and it's all about getting the weight down. I start eating well. I start, as much as I can. I think I lose like 4 pounds. From that Wednesday to that Monday, I think I lose like 4. So I'm like 131. And mind you, this whole time they're calling me, texting me. That, they're annoying my coach. They're annoying, and I don't even answer them no more. I'm telling my coach to answer them. And they so they didn't want me to take this fight because how heavy I was. That my coach had to go get someone that he knows who works for Top Rank to vouch for me. And in doing so, if I don't make weight, it's gonna be look real bad on him. So I don't want to screw him up. So I need to make weight. So now in my head, it's not even about the fight right now. It's the fight before the fight, which is the weigh-ins. I need to make 120, which I've never made in my life. So I'm 131, so that's 11 pounds. I had to cut. And then on Wednesday, we need to check into Vegas to the hotel and Wednesday night. So Wednesday, I don't really try to just eat well, drink a bunch of water. I start water loading on Monday, and then Wednesday we head out to Vegas, right? And we get to Vegas at 11 p.m. and then we check in, and then I start watching some shows, and I'm more like 131. And the next day, I'm not looking forward to it at all because the weight cut starts, right? And then I'm not gonna be able to drink water or eat. So the next day is the beginning of my fight week in Vegas, right? So I'm very excited, mind you. But I'm also nervous too. But not for fighting, but because of the weight cut. So I wake up and we go to a top ranked gym that's in Vegas, which basically is an invite only gym. There was like security there. There was a bunch of famous boxers there that were training. I don't really know boxing like that, so I didn't really know who's who. But all I was told was that these are good boxers. They had great records. Like like there was like 3 guys that were like a 28-0 record, 23-0, and I was just there cutting weight. So I buy I have a sauna suit that we just bought on the way there to Vegas. I put the sauna suit. I put a sweater kind of like this. I put sweats, and then I put sweats, and then I put my shoes on, and I start running on the treadmill. So we have the same kind of regimen that I've always kind of been doing, and it's a little different with Freddie. But basically, 20 minutes on the treadmill, 10 minutes on the sauna, and it's back and forth like that, 3 rotations. But I could only do two because I was so dead after the first one. I was like, whoa, and I could tell that I hadn't been training. Like usually, I have a lot of like conditioning, and it helps the weight cut because I'm so well conditioned. But this time I could feel it. I could feel that I'm not well conditioned. I'm like, oh man, it's gonna be tough. I was really drained, and so I do 2 intervals of that, and I'm like, oh, let's just check the weight. So I'm about to like, I feel like I'm about to pass out, and then so I shower, and then I go check my weight. I dry myself off. I go check the weight. I'm 123.4, and so I need basically 4 more pounds to cut. I'm gonna cut the weight that night or the next morning so that I'm dehydrated for as little as possible. Because right now I still have 4 more pounds, right? So I go take a picture. I watch my friend spar, and oh yeah, I forgot to mention that my friend Chewy, he's another boxer, one of the proteges of the boxing coach that he's been teaching for like a really long time. He wanted to come out, and there was like sparring for him already scheduled in Vegas for him. So I got to see all that, and it was just a great experience overall. I go back to the hotel, and then I shower. I drink a little water, and I'm kind of just sipping. And all basically, this is Thursday. All my Thursday is just stay inside and watch anime. That's all I did essentially. And I couldn't even pay attention to anime because I'm just dying. So I was just sleeping basically the whole day. And then Freddie asked me if I want to cut the weight that night of, or cut the weight the morning. I'm like, you know what? Let's just cut weight the morning. So I fall asleep, horrible sleep. I'm tossing and turning. I'm not having a good time. This is by far one of the worst days of my life, right? And then so I wake up Friday, and it's around like 9 a.m. and I put all my sweater, everything back, and I go to the fitness gym area in the hotel. Which, speaking of which, the hotel that we were at was super nice. It's called the Fountain Blue Hotel in Vegas, and that's where we're gonna fight, the Fountain Blue Theater. That's where the show is gonna be at. So that's where they put the fighters. So I do the same thing, but this time there's no sauna. We don't have a sauna. We weren't given access to a sauna, so we were just in a treadmill, and I ran 20 minutes. And then after 20 minutes, I put a towel on, and it's called rocking. So I started rocking and letting my body sweat. But I'm already kind of tired. So, like I said, I was already tired the day before. So I'm already tired now. I don't even know how I even was able to run 20 minutes because of how tired I was the day before. So I'm like, I think I felt like I had good sweat. Like all I need to lose was 2 more pounds because I lost 2 pounds while I slept. No, I lost a pound while I slept, and then I lost a pound the day of Thursday from just not eating or drinking water. So I need 2 more pounds left, and I lost a pound. So I need 2 more pounds left, right? And then while I did a 20-minute run in the morning, I go back, and then Freddie calls the he's sporting and said there's a sauna, so like let's go to the sauna. So I'm like, all right, cool. So we go back to the apartment, we go back to our room, and I take all my stuff out, and then Freddie's like, you want to just do the rest here? We'll go make our own sauna. And then I'm like, what? He's like, a hot bath. I'm like, hot bath? He's like, yeah, it's like you're dead now. You don't have to do nothing. Just chill here. We don't gotta go nowhere, and you get the weight done. I'm like, okay, cool. Let's do that. I'm down. So mind you, I never done hot bath, but they're saying that it works and they done it. So I'm like, okay, let's do it. So they go to the store and they bring back some stuff. Chewy, that's my friend that came with the boxer. He starts putting the hot water on in the bath, and it starts filling up. And I'm just chilling. And then they come with Epsom salt. They come with alcohol, green like mint alcohol, and then something called Absoline or Abilene, or it's like a makeup remover. And then they mix it up into a little bottle, and they tell me, "Oh, put this all over your body." And mind you, I'm in my underwear at this point. I'm like, okay, weird, but whatever. I won't question, the methods. So I put it all over my body, and then that chewing was got me. That chewing was blinding me, but it was not the point. And then it starts like feeling weird. I'm like, oh, it's whatever. And then like, okay, jump into the bath, and it's gonna be a 10-minute session, and then they're gonna wrap you, and they tell me they're gonna wrap me with towels afterwards, let my body sweat, and I'll be good. Like, okay, cool. That making it seem so easy. So I touched the water, and this is the hottest water. Like, this is hotter than a jacuzzi. This is the hottest water I ever felt in my life. This thing was hot. Like I could not believe. And then This man, Freddie, goes, touches the water. He goes, "Oh, it's not even that hot." This man has the audacity to say that. What do you mean, not even doing it? So I slowly edge my way into it. And I've done cold baths before. This is 10 times worse than a cold bath. This is like the fire pits of hell do not compare to this. This is hot. So I slowly inch my body, slowly. Like I did not want to do this. And then they tell me to lay down. I'm kind of like, every time I would move, it would get like, you could feel the heat. Like my body would feel the heat because I wasn't in standstill motion. Whenever I was in motion, it was just hot. It would be hot. So I didn't want to move. I was trying to stand still. So I inched my way all the way down, right to my neck. My body was instantly turning red. And I had to stay there for 10 minutes. I'm dying, right? Like I'm feeling like weak. I'm feeling lightheaded. I'm feeling nauseous. I feel like I'm gonna vomit. And the icing top of the cake was that Chewy got sick the day of on Wednesday. So Thursday, I'm feeling a little sick, but nothing too crazy. Since I'm cutting weight, your immune system is just goes to shit, it goes to hell. So I feel sick on Friday. Now the day of the weigh-ins, and I feel a little bit right, but it's not too crazy, but it's not helping me, right? I'm supposed to be strong, even during this weight cut, but I'm feeling horrible. And then so I'm getting out the water. I feel lightheaded, and in fact they had to carry me to the ground, and they put towels on me, and I keep sweating, and then we do this for like 15 minutes, and then I feel like I'm on weight. Freddie was telling me to go again just in case, because once we get dry, my body's gonna take even longer to sweat since I have so little water to give out. I've already taken so much water on my body, so he doesn't want me to get me sweat. But I'm like, trust me, I think I made the way. Like I could experience being on the way I've never been before, and this is what it feels like. Like I've never been at this weight, but I know that I'm dying and I know that I'm very depleted. So I'm like, let's just go check. So they dry my body off, and mind you, I can't. It's black. My vision is black at this point. I feel like I'm a faint. Like I can't see. Like everything's like there's dart. There's like dotted. There's black dots all over my vision, my eyesight. So I look down, and then they tell me I made weight. I'm like, oh, thank God. Like I was right. I couldn't do another one. I was about to call it quits because if I didn't make weight, mind you, there's people that have been vouched for me, and I need to hold myself accountable, and do my responsibility as a fighter and be professional and make the weight, even though I'm dying. So it reads 119. It read 119.7. That's what the weight. So I'm point three, right? Like, oh, perfect. We made the weight. So I lay down booty naked at this point. Lay down, and it's like 11, and then I had to be at the weigh-ins at 11:30. But they said that the actual weigh-ins start at 1 because they're gonna be streamed live on television, right? On ESPN. And I'm like, I had to wait like an hour and a half. So I get dressed. It's 11:20, and then we walk to weigh-ins. I go to the doctor, and he told me that I have to be calm because if I'm not calm, the doctor's not gonna let me fight. I'm not gonna pass the medicals. So I said, okay. So I calm myself. I drink like a little water, but my eyes are sucked in, like it's horrible. Like I look like death, and I'm super small right now, and it's horrible. It's a horrible look. And I just wait there. I pass the medicals. She tells me good luck. I'm just lying to her, telling me okay. I meet a bunch of famous people. There was like a bunch of famous boxers. There was like Terrence Crawford, Shakir Stevenson was there, Rolly Romero. Um, I'll bet your house on Ryan Garcia because Rolly looked fat as hell. I don't know how he's making weight. Um, there was Jimmy, the announcer, was there. He actually announced my name once I made the weight. Yeah, it's just a bunch of famous people there. And mind you, some of the famous people were there for the guy that I was fighting. And he's really up and comer. People had a lot of stock on him, and I could see because there are a lot of famous boxers for him. And so once 1 o'clock hits, we get to the weighing area. There's a bunch of cameras. It's a bunch of people. It's super professional. I'm first one, luckily, because I'm the first fight. So luckily, I'm the first one to weigh in, and then I go in the back, and then I walk my way up, and they announce my name, and then I weigh in. I weigh in at 118.7. I could have drank water. I could have a pound of water at least, and then I find out because Freddie's scale was a pound under than what the scale top rank was. So I'm mad about that, but whatever. We got the weight done. He weighs at 119.2, And then we do the face off, and I look like horrible, and he's just smiling at me, and I'm not smiling at all. And then boom, weight cut done. So the fight before the fight is finished, I can finally drink water. So now that I weigh in, I can finally drink some liquids, right? I'm so thirsty that I just start chugging the water, right? But my coach tells me to take my time because you're not supposed to do that. It feels like your heart's gonna explode. If your stomach is shrunk from all that weight cutting, right? I don't give a fuck. So I started drinking, bah, 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 and my stomach is hurting me, and I start getting hiccups. And I'm like, oh, I messed up. And then, but I'm hungry, I don't care. I'm just going through it. And then, boom, we get some food. I buy some sushi, and then like a little bowl, something small. I just start eating slow because I can feel it now. Like everything I eat just hurts. So I'm slowly digesting it, blah blah. And then I called my uncle because my uncle told me that the week of when I was going to Vegas, he said, "Oh, I could buy you a Chris Angel ticket. Just let me know." So I call him. I'm like, "Hey, let me get that Chris Angel ticket, And he goes, "All right, bet, got you." And he gets me front row seats. So I'm like, "Oh, cool." And that was for 7 o'clock. So I kind of just wanted to have a chill Friday because I'm fighting tomorrow. And then so I start eating, and then we go so all of us are eating. We start talking to this dude named Seth. He's a real cool guy. He's one of like the heads up for Top Rank. He's the one that vouched for me and got me this fight essentially. And he just started talking to me. We started talking about strategy about the fight and who this guy is. And if you look good, we'll get you a contract. And if you win, you for sure get a contract. And but they just they just don't believe I'm gonna I'm gonna win because this guy's really good, right? And I'm a nobody. I'm just somebody from San Bernardino. Never fought this level. And in my never been at this boxing level, and in my second fight I'm here. I'm kind of like an anomaly that doesn't belong here, right? I'm like an X factor. I have nothing to lose. Another gym called Knuckleheads where like Isaac Cruz trains there. Manny Pacquiao, there's a bunch of like famous people who train there, and it was just so cool to experience these gyms and be in places that Hall of Famers were, and legends were making in these little areas because it wasn't even a gym, it was a person's house, it was a garage just decked out. It was insane to me. And then we go back, and then it's about and then I get some pizza, and the pizza was like $50. It was expensive, but the thing was that Top Rank gave me a bunch of money, so I could spend on my corners and them to buy them food. So I was like, hey, food on me, because I had a lot of money, and this is on top of the money I'm gonna make for the fight. So I buy a pizza and I scrimps on like three big slices, which I should know because now I have hiccups like really bad now, and my stomach's hurting me. But I'm gonna go see Chris Angel, so I'm very happy about that. I'm drinking water. I'm replenishing and refueling at Planet Hollywood, where the show was at, and I go in there and I watch Chris Angel, and he was a little freak. I don't want to say nothing because spoilers. You go in there. It's once a lifetime type opportunity because once you see it, it's not gonna be cool if you see it again. Let's just say there was some like my friend calls him a little demon, and I feel he's a little demonic, but really great show. So then after show, I get picked up and we go eat again. This time we go eat sushi burritos, which I didn't eat a sushi burrito. I ate like a poke bowl right there with just a bunch of salmon. I love salmon. But mind you, now I've been eating all day, drinking all day, water, replenishing, refueling. I'm so full now. I just want to go home and sleep. So then we go, walking around Vegas and stuff, enjoying our time. And then we go back to the hotel, and then we start watching some footage on the guy I'm fighting and his Olympic fights, kind of trying to have a game plan and whatever. And then I wake up, and now it's fight day, and now it's time to shine. So wake up and we buy some food. I eat some omelet with chorizo, and I feel really good. And I fall asleep, wake up, and now I gotta be at the theater at 1 o'clock, no, at 2 o'clock, and I get all my stuff ready. I meant to start preparing. I'm gonna fight. It's fight day. Let's go. We go down there, and it's so professional. Like this is not what I knew what I was getting myself into, but you really don't know until you're there, right? Like anyone could say, like, oh, I fight, but then you don't know you could fight when you're in those bright lights. There's a big camera staring at you. There's a lot of people watching. You fill the arena. Or this one theater. There's hundreds of thousands of people watching on ESPN live. All my friends were watching me. Uh it's just new, right? Like I fought many times before in front of lots of people, right? But this was a little different. And I thought I was even my coach. I don't know why you would say this, but my coach said like, I'm a little scared you might freeze under these lights. And I said, oh shoot, like I didn't even think about that. Like that didn't even down in my head. I'm just gonna fight because that's what I just know how to do. Once I'm in there, it kind of just goes like blank. Like I don't see red, but I just don't see the people. I just see the guy, and all I have to worry about is him. Just fight. I don't gotta worry about anybody else. Just here in my corner and fight. I've never thought anything more of it. Don't get me wrong, I get very nervous, and I am very nervous at this moment. But once I go in there, I just know that's gonna go out the door, and I'm just gonna perform. It's just because I know what to do. I don't think it's gonna be any different. The brighter lights, it's okay. It's just same situation, and I don't think it's gonna affect me. But I've never been there, so I don't know. And so we go to the back, and I start seeing everything, and I start taking pictures. Very excited to be here. Is grateful. I'm very grateful. And then now it's time to gear up and get ready, and so that's what I'm gonna do. So I gear up, I get my hand wraps. I meet this guy named Stitch, and he's very famous. He's a bunch of movies. He did Creed. He's a corner guy. His name's Stitch. Like if you see him in movies, it's him. He was there, and then but he didn't wrap me up. He was just in the corner. I was talking to him, and my corner guy was named Basil, and he was real cool. Gave me the best hand wraps I've ever had in my life. To be honest with you, they were amazing. I hate hand wraps. I feel so claustrophobic. I love my coach, my MMA coach, Adam Rothweiler. He does them amazing because he knows how I like him. He doesn't do them too tight. He does them nice and loose and tight where they need to be, where they don't annoy me, and it's great. So this guy did it just as good as him, and he's never met me. So I've had many years to tie them how I like it, and how it should be to me for it to suit my liking. And this guy did it off rip. So, but he does this, he's really good at it. He does this all the time. Like he's a professional. So shout out to him. Made me feel very comfortable. And then I put my shorts on, and then my friend Big Mike comes, and he was supposed to come that day on Saturday, and he came like an hour earlier, and we started hanging out, talking. I was having now I'm feeling very comfortable. I'm feeling real good because I have my friend here, and on top of the coach, and on top of there's a bunch of music playing, and it's just good vibes. I feel good, and then I start doing my sprints and just 30. So I fight exactly at 4 o'clock. I have to be outside in the ring basically by 4 o'clock. So it's like 3:40, and I'm doing my runs but the thing was, it took a little long getting the gloves because the hand wraps took a while. That I didn't really get to warm up that well, and I do feel like a little weak, like because of the weight cut, and I'm not feeling the best because I'm not trained. I think I trained 4 days, but there's something all I knew. I knew all this going in. I knew I was gonna feel like this, so I'm not gonna complain for something I put myself into myself. I gotta work with what I have, and so that's in my brain. I put my gloves on, but I wish I had a little more time to at least hit a pad or something, get a little more sweat. So I started doing my sprints and try and get as warm as possible before I go out there. So we go up. So they finally call my name. It's Bobby 4 o'clock. We walk up some stairs. We walk up some stairs, and this the doors right, and the doors outside the doors is the ring. And they tell me like 2 minutes, so I start warming up a little bit. Hitting pads, not even pads, but like my coach's hands. And they finally tell me it's time. Walk me outside. I see everybody's big ass camera right in my face, and then they tell me once my song starts to walk. So my song is "The Man Who Sold the World" by Nirvana, and it plays. I'm feeling good. I'm walking to the ring, slowly trying to take in the moment. I don't know when I'm ever gonna be here, if ever again. Well, at least in boxing, I know I'm not. So and to be honest with you, I just know this gonna be my own once and only time to ever experience this because I don't have boxing in my future, But maybe in the UFC, I could experience this. And so I'm walking to the boxing ring, and I go upstairs, I go inside, I start singing my song, I start feeling good. My opponent walks in the ring. I see him, and he is small. Like he's smaller than now. He looked a little bigger in the weightings because I was the same weight as him, but now I've gained like 14 pounds. So now I'm way bigger than he is, and I'm way taller too. And he's small. He's small, like he's kind of kind of looks like Margarito versus Manny Pacquiao. If you ever seen that fight, that's exactly what kind of look like height wise and build. And well, this guy's a little bigger, but for the most part, he's very very small. And my game plan is I gotta knock him out. I'm not gonna win a boxing fight against him. He's a phenomenal boxer. I had to knock him out. I had to land this punch. I had to put some fear in him. And I am a slow starter. So I know it's gonna take a little bit of time for me to find his timing and catch him with a big right or a big left that's gonna hurt him, and at least give me, because if I could drop him, I could at least get a draw, and then if I win another a round outside that, then I could beat him. So this is my plans. This is this is my brain before the fight. I want to explain to you kind of the strategy I had going into, right. Like I said, I wanted to land a good punch, right? But we still have strategy, we still have like an idea how to land the punch. You can't just throw a punch and hope for it land. It won't land. So we watching some footage. I don't like to study my opponent at all. I don't like to watch video, nothing, none of that, because it gets into my head. Think about what he's good at. So I don't really think about what I'm good at. I just keep thinking about what he's good at, and it kind of gives you this mental block. But unfortunately, I did watch some fights, and I shouldn't have, because I kept seeing that he had a good left hand like that. He was southpaw, so he had a good left hand, and I just kept thinking, keep my right hand up, right hand up, right hand up, because he's gonna throw it, and I did a very good job of that in the fight, as I explained to you in a little bit. And but I didn't really give any credit to his right hand. He wasn't really throwing it, he wasn't really landing it, so I didn't think too much of it. And my game plan was to bait out his left hand, right? Let him punch me. Let him punch me. The first one, I was just gonna, like see his timing, right? It was more for timing and distance, and kind of see how he defended and whatever, and what I could take advantage of and openings I could find. And then eventually was to bait out the left hand and throw right hand, as he would exit the pocket, because he was really good at in and out moving with his legs, and a bunch of body work. That was the idea. A bunch of body work. Go forward. A bunch of body work. Hands up. Be safe. I'm not in the best shape, so pick and choose. So the first round starts, and unfortunately, unlike my other video, I don't have the footage. Just ESPN Plus. I don't think they're gonna let me put the footage up here. I'm pretty sure I'll get copyrighted. I'll try to my best, but we'll see. So the first one starts, and he just starts. He just goes in hard, trying to knock me out. Which makes sense, right? I'm a nobody to him. Of course, he's gonna try to knock me out, but I got a crazy chin. I'm Mexican. Ain't gonna happen. In fact, he don't really hit very hard, and I'm way bigger than he is. So he ain't gonna knock me out. And he notices that real quick. After like 30 seconds, he throws like a barrage at me, and I ate it all. Nothing crazy. And now I'm going forward. Now he's on his bike, which is exactly what I thought it was gonna be. He went a little more forward in some rounds, but for the most part, it was very he was on his back foot, doing a good job of sticking and moving. He was fast. And I don't even think he was fast. He just had great timing. Like his timing was really good. And mind you, I'm ready for the right hand at all times. And he wasn't landing a lot of right hands on me. He was hitting my gloves and my guard. And but that round, I found out a lot, like the difference between a good boxer and a great boxer, and a boxer that's been doing his whole life, is they have like their own styles, and they're gonna do their own game plan no matter what. Because this guy, he would dip low, and he was already small as it was. Like his status, short. He was really short, so when he would dip low, like I would miss, and he would just be on my legs. I saw he tried to take me down. I saw like he was gonna go for a takedown. This guy would be a phenomenal wrestler. One of the exchanges we had, I threw right hand, he came with a right uppercut I just did not see coming, because it came from so low. Like he would dip and throw a right uppercut, and I just never seen it coming. And I never seen that punch, because I don't have no one to imitate that, or maybe there is no one to imitate. That's just like his thing. I never saw it coming, and it hurt. Like it was a good right hand, because it didn't hurt because he hit hard. It hurt because I didn't see it coming. The ones that don't hurt, the ones that you don't see coming, hurt you. So it hit me out like, oh, and it gave me like a little. Like you see my eye right here, all black right here. That one punch, and then he hit me a couple times with like in that area with the right hand. I wish I gave, like I said, I gave no respect to, because his left hand was his money maker. I didn't expect his right hand to do anything to me, which it did, and I should put respect on it. And I couldn't find my range, but the first round went how it went. He for sure easy first round for him, right? He did what he's supposed to do. Outboxed me. Good job. Second round, I'm tired. I'm in the corner, and he's like, "How do you feel?" I'm good, but my legs were gone. Like I was already tired. Like I said, off the couch, I was already tired, to be honest with you. But I felt so slow. That's the one thing that in all my fights I never felt. I never felt slow. Like this guy was faster than me, but I felt slow. I didn't feel like fast at all. Like I would punch, and I feel like I would watch him move. And it's not because how fast he was, it's because how slow I felt. And I'm not saying there's any changes that would happen to this fight. I'm just saying that I wish I felt a little faster. My head move wasn't there, so I just put my hands up, and I was just having high guard blocking. And the second round, he's still touching me up a little, hitting me more to the body. He's still moving. I can't really get too much combos off. He's doing a good job of that. beats me second round as well, right? And he hit me with a nice right hook, I think it was, or something with the right hand, because my eyes started swelling up a little bit. And so that was that round. And the third round was my best round because now I feel his timing. I feel like, oh, screw it, which is, I'm gonna fight now. Like, screw about. I don't really care about getting knocked out. I'm just here to. I'm here. I'm trying to win now. We got half the fight done. I need another half. I feel like he can't knock me out, so I'm ready to bite down and fight him. So I think I won the third round, and because I walked forward and I started touching him, throwing a lot of combos to the body. It was probably my best round for sure. And my close time is close, and I thought I won it. I watched it back, and I thought I did a great showcasing myself. Even tired, I still threw a bunch of punches that round, and I thought I did enough to win that round. And then so the in the corner between the third and fourth, my coach said, "You got one more round, you got do it just like that." And I also think that he thought I won that round because if we could at least win the next round, we get a tie. Because at this point, I can't win the fight. He's won two already. I gotta either knock him out or win the fourth round and go to a draw. So the fourth round starts, and I'm, same idea. I'm not really giving him that much respect. I'm throwing body shots, blah blah blah, yada yada. But he's doing a good job. Like I said, like being safe. I hear his corner saying, "Be safe, be safe." And then, and a little something fun about the third round was that I'm gonna go back to the third round real quick. Was that during the third round, he hit me to the body a little bit, and and then I was just kind of waiting for him to throw it again so I could I could counter off because I was doing a good job when he would hit me. I would counter off him in that third round. I was feeling real good. He hits me to the body. And I didn't throw nothing because I was waiting for him to throw a right hook because he was throwing that a lot during that round. And I wanted right hook in the left hand to his head. And all I hear is he's breaking. And literally mid fight, I drop my hands. I look at him, at the whoever I said that. I said, "Ain't no one breaking," and I just go back to fighting. And it was just like, it was just weird. Like, I never do that. It was so odd, but I found it funny, and my friends found it funny too. It's like, why would you just yell at him? Like, what's wrong with you? Like, I don't know, man. So now in the fourth round, I'm still trying to go forward, but he's doing a good job of now touching me while I'm recklessly going inside. And not much happened this round. I was trying to dig deep and beat him, and I was trying to throw as much as I can, but I'm just at this point I'm just really tired. To be honest with you, I was just tired. And he landed his best punch this round. Like, you wouldn't know if I didn't tell you, but I mean, you could see it kind of. So in the last like 10 seconds, no, like 15 seconds, I kind of run. I kind of move towards his right hand, and I throw a right hand, and I drop my left hand. He catches me with the right hook, and my whole chin like whips, and I just eat it. But I ate it, but like in the fight itself, I didn't even see it. So my vision went blurry for a little bit, and then it went back to normal, and my feet felt kind of weird. I was like, "Whoa, that fool must have hit me good." I didn't see what it was, but I ate that. And then when I rewatched it, it was like a nasty right hook. I don't even know how that didn't knock me out. It was actually kind of crazy. I'm like, wow, Mexicans really got chins because I ate that like it was like a sandwich. That thing was, it was crazy. I ate that. Watching it back, it was. I'm gonna actually clip in. Who cares if I get copyright? Because it was a crazy shot to eat. And I kind of try to go like a little barrage at the end, but he just kept moving around, doing a good job using his feet. And that was the end of the fight. And I knew I lost immediately. And what really pissed me off was the last 10 seconds too. He threw a left hand, and it kind of grazed my eye, and it cuts me. Look, I don't know if you can see, but I had to get glue stitches. They have black eye right here, and then I don't have black eye, but I have like a little little cuts. And they didn't stitch me; they just kind of put glue on it. And I was mad about that because I've never been cut, and I've been elbowed, I've been kneed in the face, all these big things, and there's a little dumb left hand that cuts me, so that made me mad. And then I'm upset. Obviously, I lost. I don't like to lose, and it was a big stage. Uh, But I was happy. I was happy. I was happy that I got to experience, but I wasn't happy with my performance because I did what I could with what I had, right? But I just know that if I was in shape and I did train, I would have. I think I could have beat one of the most highly touted rising prospects from amateur to pro in boxing in today's age. With not being a boxer, not having those credentials, and it obsessed me because I really thought I was in. I didn't know what I was in. I really believed in myself that I could win, even with this little training camp that I had. That if I had a full training camp, who knows what I could do? I would have more in the gas tank. I would have, more power. I didn't feel like I had any power whatsoever. I feel like that weight could really drain me. It was just so focused on losing this weight, and yeah, I'm pretty sure it would have been different, but shoulda, woulda, coulda, right? And yeah, so we go back. I'm upset. Obviously, I lost, and we go back to the doctor, and they suspended me for like a month, so I can't fight for like a month, and they glue my eyes, and I have a little black eye. My eyes are a little swollen, and I look like I got stung by bees. So that's pretty funny. And then I go, and then I watched some fight. Oh, we went to watch some fights back. Like they gave me a ticket to come back to the show and watch it, but I didn't really care too much. And but it was just so cool to be there and experience all this. And there was an intermission when I want to go back. I'm like, ah, I'm hungry, so I wanted to go eat some a burger. And afterwards, like the rest of the day, we kind of just chilled and went to a party afterwards, and then I went back home. And then yeah, and the next day, and that literally that day, I saw my mom and back home, and told her how it went. And my face was too bad. It's already been like not even been a week, and it's already healing. So I got the Wolverine genetics. And because this is I'm shooting this Thursday, and this just happened Saturday. So like in 5 days, I'm already looking good. and and the next day, I got no sleep. And the next day, I had to because I finished like at 5 in the morning, and I had to wake up at 7 to go coach in Glendale, because I have one of my friends. She was doing a competition out there, and I told her I'll be there like a month prior. So I had to stay, you know, man of my word. So I did that, and she won. So that was pretty cool. But I had to wear glasses the whole time because my face was all messed up. Yeah, so obviously, so it was so cool. She won. And I got to spend some money. I got some matcha tea. I got some food. It was great. Had a great time and great weekend. And my head was hurting me a little bit. Obviously, I was getting hit in the head. And and yeah, just had a normal week. Been resting and probably go back to the gym today. Just train some jujitsu. Nothing crazy. I don't want to get hit in the head. And I was my experience for fighting at top rank in my second pro boxing fight. Yeah, it was amazing. Being in Vegas, never thought I'd ever be in this situation, and now having done it, it was really cool. And yeah, what can I say? Bad ideas production.